Hi, hello, and welcome to my video. Today, I will be giving a brief introduction to the history and myths regarding geology and the origin of the name Kerala. The same topic will be covered in Malayalam in tomorrow's video. Before we enter the topic, let's look into the factual credibility of what we know as history. We try to create the picture of history based on records, architecture, literature, myths, etc., left over by the past. From multiple possible explanations that we can have, we usually try to arrive at a most probable possibility. This is where we have to keep in mind that history may be rewritten as and when new discoveries are made. In this video, I've tried to provide a balanced presentation of various theories I came across from multiple sources. Moving on to the geological history of the landscape. It is believed that this area was previously under sea. It is estimated that this land was formed with tertiary sedimentary rocks and quaternary sediments via a steady accumulation of silt and sand over time. You might have heard the story of Keralam being pulled up from underwater by Parashuraman. There are many versions to this story explaining the reasons, how and from where Parashuraman performed this miracle, etc. The common thread in all these stories is that the landscape between Gokarnam and Kanyakumari was reclaimed from underwater by Parashuraman. It aligns with the theory that Keralam was once under sea. A geological activity might have happened centuries ago that resulted in such a change of the landscape. People, in trying to reason what happened around, might have attributed it to the supernatural and tied it to a historical figure. When we look at the theories pertaining to the origin of the name Keralam, the most accepted theory aligns with the belief that the land was once under sea. The current pronunciation Keralam is believed to be derived from the Canaries pronunciation Cheralam. There are three arguments regarding the formation of this word. The first is it is made of two words, Chera meaning sand and Alam meaning region. Another argument is that it is made of two words, Chera pertaining to a dynasty that once ruled this area and Alam. However, the most accepted explanation is that it is one word for the phrase Chernda Alam, meaning land that was added later. Moving on to a very short statement on the ancient history of Kerala, there are evidences suggesting that humans lived in this land from New Stone Age, also known as Neolithic Age. Evidences of Neolithic and megalithic cultures have been discovered across the state. Moving on to the theories on the earliest inhabitants of Kerala, it is said that the Negritos were the first inhabitants and the Astroloids later came and joined the Negrito. Here, one thing to note is that earliest historians who tried to study and record our history were Europeans. There were state sanctioned historians whose job was to study and make records on cultures and societies foreign to them in order to better equip in dealing with these foreigners. And if you look at the origin of the word negrito, the term was coined by a Spanish with a meaning little black man, and almost all indigenous people of Southeast Asia come under this category. They were identified and named such based on their physical features. Now, the Australoids, who are same as the present day Australian Aboriginals, are fairer and taller than the Negritos. Other than the matching physical features and theories of mass migration, there is currently no other evidences explaining any other connection to the Negritos or Astraloids that existed anywhere else. So, probably the names Negrito and Astraloids were just for ease of their understanding. Moving on to the long held theory on Dravidians. It was believed that when the migration happened from Central Asia to the banks of Sindhu River, the original inhabitants of the Sindhu River banks were pushed out of their territory. They, around 700 BC, migrated and settled in South India and became our ancestors, and we South Indians collectively identified ourselves as the Dravidians. It is a fact that there is a distinctive difference in language and culture between the northern parts of India and the southern peninsula of India. However, this theory of the Dravidians migrating from the remnants of Indus Valley civilization is today a disproved theory. Historians have not yet come up with another probable theory on the origins of Dravidians from anywhere else. Once a theory is substantiated to the best possible level, we will believe it to be a historical fact until that is disproved. With that, I am winding up this topic. Feel free to give your suggestions. Please like my video if you found it helpful. Subscribe and click on the bell icon for more of my videos. Thank you.